Okay, so the report that I did was on self-defense and the importance of it because Jacksonville and the Jacksonville area is only safer than 23% of the cities in the country. So compared to all the different crime statistics and the analysis done across the nation, Jacksonville is only found to be safer than only 23% of the other cities. And that's not exactly a high percentage. So it's not, as dangerous as some of the most dangerous cities around the nation, but it's also not nearly as safe as some of the other ones either. So that leaves the residents of Jacksonville open to become victims of a ton of different crimes. Violent crimes, burglaries, rapes, you name it, we're open to be victims of it. And crime doesn't discriminate, so no matter where you are or who you are, you're open to become a victim of any crime. And Jacksonville has a history of violence and drugs and property crime and human trafficking anyways, and so that number doesn't really seem to be going down a whole lot. Instead of hiding away in our homes due to all this stuff going on, I believe that it is very important for people to have access to the tools, information, and the instruction in order to protect ourselves and be able to perform safe and legal self-defense. And in order to accomplish this, I thought of a business called Phoenix Equipment that is a monthly subscription, and it sends people different things every month. So about 3 things in a package every month once you subscribe, and they're all different self-defense tools. And so one of those things, like some of those things could be a baton, like police carry. It could be, concealed carry holsters. It could be open carry holsters. It could be something as small as, just a small pocket knife, or something a little bit bigger. So a tactical knife like this one. So it just depends on the month, and the Phoenix Equipment packages can include instructional DVDs, so how to perform basic hand-to-hand combat moves, or something like that if you don't have access to the tools, or it can contain instructions on how to use the tools that are provided in the packages, or you could even do very specific, customizable packages where it includes 3 things for, say you wanted something specific to gun care, so gun cleaning, or if you want a concealed carry holster, or if you need ammo or something like that. And obviously with this type of business, there needs to be an agreement between the consumers and the business, 18 and older, or whatever the legal age is for the non-lethal weapons that are being distributed. So the monthly subscription would be at the lowest reasonable price, so I figured somewhere around $15 to $25 a month plus tax. So that way everyone of all economic backgrounds can have access to the tools and information necessary to be able to protect themselves. And it's really important, along with that the public is informed of the state and city and county laws that they are residing in. So that is also something that Phoenix Equipment will provide in their package. So, say if you're sending something to Chicago, obviously you're not going to be sending a whole lot of stuff for concealed carry because that's illegal there. So it's really important that the public is aware of all the current events going on, and so they're adequately prepared as possible to defend themselves from any and all kind of threats that can come up. And as shown in recent events with Mariah Woods, it's really sad to hear about a 3-year-old little girl who was, murdered, and, she was a victim of sexual crime and harassment by her mom's boyfriend. And, that's terrible to hear about, and that just goes to show you that nowhere and no one is exempt from any kind of crime. A 3-year-old little girl doesn't deserve that by any means. And so it's just things like that. And I had a good friend of mine who I actually interviewed in this project. She was walking around in Walmart, and she parked next to a car that she thought was kind of sketchy. They started, honking and stuff like that. Whenever she got out of her car, she, realized there was someone following her through Walmart. Got a security guard to escort her out of the store, but he didn't escort her to her car. And so she got in her car, and she thankfully had a knife that her husband had given her, but she got in her car and left and thought she was safe, and then realized this car was following her. So she just kind of drove around in circles around the block until, they kind of got the hint that, hey, she knew that they were following her. So she's got a 6-month-old baby that was at home with her family who was visiting, so she didn't want to bring him home to them. She didn't want to expose them to the threats. We shouldn't have to deal with things like this, but because we do, it is really important that we're prepared and that we are able to have easy, readily access to, any kinds of tools and mechanisms that we should legally and lawfully be able to have to defend ourselves, our property, and our loved ones. Since it is legal to do that in North Carolina, there is no longer a law that we have to retreat. We are able, if someone unlawfully and forcefully breaks into our home, you can use lethal force. So that is something that I learned taking a concealed carry class recently, a few weeks ago. So it's really cool to kind of see all the different self-defense laws that there are, but it's really important to become familiar with that and become familiar with, like I said, the laws, the regulations, what's legal, what's not, where you can use certain tools, where you cannot, and just that whole 9 yards. So I hope this presentation in the paper sheds light on a lot of the different things going on.